What would happen if you used rice water on your hair for 2 weeks? This is actually one of those ancient secrets that have been used in Asia for hundreds of years. I'm going to show you the biggest mistake that people make when they do this, as well as the exact way of how to do this to maximize your results. Making your hair stronger, your scalp is going to be much healthier. The big question is, how can the water from rice do anything, really? You're not actually eating the rice, and you're not even drinking the water. If you look this up, there's several ways to do this. Some people will take a cup of rice in 2 cups of water, and they'll mix it together, and then they'll let it sit for a couple hours. They'll strain off the rice, and then use that rice water on their hair. That's really not going to do anything. There's a way to make this rice water that you can turn that into a probiotic. What's interesting is you're not actually adding any microbes at all. The microbes are already on the rice. The microbes are actually in the air. What you're going to do is you're going to create this probiotic liquid, which is going to be made over a period of time of 48 hours, where these microbes are going to eat the starch from the rice, and they're going to reproduce at a massive level. You're going to use that probiotic with all the additional byproducts that are created on your hair and your scalp. A lot of great things occur from fermentation. Of course, you have yogurt, kefir, cheese. All these wonderful things occur when you ferment them. Let's first talk about what is in this rice water that's so good for your hair and your scalp. Rice normally has a lot of B vitamins, and B vitamins are essential for the hair. There's amino acids in this solution as well. One of the interesting byproducts of fermentation is called patara. A lot of people use patara on their skin. Patara is the antidote to dull hair because it's going to make your hair look really bright, shiny, healthy. If you had dandruff, for example, or itchiness, or some type of imbalance in the microbiome on the surface of your skin, that's going to be greatly improved. As soon as you start sterilizing it or putting shampoos that actually kill the microbiome in your scalp, then you get an overgrowth of unfriendly yeast. That's why it takes a friendly yeast to help put that back in check. There's another really important thing in this liquid. It's called lactic acid. It comes from lactic acid bacteria. I know people are like, oh, the body should be alkaline, and anything that's acidic is unhealthy. No, not when we're dealing with hair and your skin. We need your skin and hair to be on the acid side. Lactic acid is an acid that will help the skin and hair and decrease that dullness and frizzy hair that you may have. There's other nutrients in this liquid too, like magnesium and selenium, for example. This liquid also increases something called nitric oxide, which can actually help bring oxygen to the root of the hair. Overall, it can do a lot for your hair, your scalp, and your skin if you want to put it on your skin as well. Let me now show you how to make it. Simply add 1 cup of that rice in a bowl. Add 4 cups of water. I recommend taking your hand and massaging it a little bit just so you can clean out any dirt or excess starch. Then you're going to drain the water. What's left in the bowl is 1 cup of this wet rice. At this point, add 2 more cups of fresh water. Mix it up a little bit and let it sit at room temperature for 2 hours. You're going to drain out the fluid into the glass jar. Cover the jar lightly. That way it has a chance to breathe. What's happening is the yeast and bacteria from the air and on the rice is starting to eat some of that carbohydrate in that rice water. They're eating it and they're getting all these amazing byproducts. Vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. When you're fermenting a solution, you can ferment it for 24 hours and still get some benefit. You'll have a lot of the bacteria that's growing in there. Then in the second 24 hours, you're going to have more of the benefits from the yeast and their byproducts, which are really going to help your scalp and your skin as well as the hair. Here's the thing. You could continue to ferment this for much longer. You can go a week. Some people even go for a month. You may notice that it starts to give some smell or odor that you might not like. That has to do with some of the overgrowth that can occur in that mixture. You really don't need to go past 48 hours. But if you do, it will still help you. You just might want to add some spearmint essential oils or something to offset the smell. Then at 48 hours, you can take the cheesecloth or paper towel off the top, screw the lid on it, and then put it in the refrigerator so it can then be preserved for a longer period of time. The colder temperature will slow down the bacterial growth. Then you're going to leave it on your hair for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, rinse out your hair, and then you can dry it and you're good to go. I would recommend doing it twice a week, let's say, For example, you're doing it twice a week for 2 weeks. You're going to need roughly about 4 cups of this material. Then you have enough for 4 applications over the next 2 weeks. This is a great solution to help repair your hair, to put the microbes back into the hair. Like I said before, you can also apply some of this on your face with a little cotton swab. Apply it to the face, wait 20 minutes, and then rinse it out. Go ahead and try this. I think you're going to be highly impressed. Then please comment down below and tell me how it worked for you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. On my channel, you'll find the best tips for taking care of yourself, your skin, and your hair. Thank you for watching my video and supporting me.